Hi, Dr. Mark DeBrinket here, and today I have with me Jessica. I am a NeuroCore practitioner, and Jessica was one of my first patients that we put on the program, and she has been an absolute inspiration to this practice and to the whole NeuroCore family. Some of you have heard me speak of her testimony, so we have her here today to go through some of the details with everybody so they can truly see how amazing and how awesome this program is. Now, a little bit of history with Jessica. She was involved in a pretty bad car accident about 5 years ago, and she broke her spine T6, T7, and basically from there down for the first year and a half, she was paralyzed and didn't even have sensation. After about a year and a half, she got the sensation back and really could only control and move her left leg. Her right leg stayed very stiff and she couldn't bend it. She could walk with her walker and swing it around, but for pretty much her core remained paralyzed throughout that time. She became a chiropractic patient 3.5 years ago. We had found a lot of odd things, like the orthopedic had put a 2-inch lift in her long leg, not the short leg, and was lifting it into her scoliosis. So initially with care, we had some great changes pretty quickly and got her feeling better, got her out of pain to some degree, and had some great changes. But honestly, about 2.5 years ago, we plateaued. We kept her feeling well, but we never really had any neurological changes to boot. So it's been about 3 months now since we've done NeuroCore with her, since we started. And Jessica, tell me about the first treatment. What happened after that first day?
After my first time trying NeuroCore, I went back to physical therapy and immediately noticed that my core muscles could engage. I could stay in tall kneeling. Whenever I attempted this before, I would fall directly on my face and hurt myself. So I can now do that without a problem, and now I'm even up to crawling in tall kneeling.
Oh, that is so exciting. After about your third visit, you saw some more changes, pretty profoundly. Now, these first few visits, we were training on a program called Define and Train SMR, which is the sensory motor part of her brain. So for 5 years since her accident, her body's been trying to tell her brain lots of things, but for some reason it wasn't able to shift over to the motor part of her brain that allowed her to actually do the functions and so forth. So by her third visit, she was able to actually get in the pool.
I've been doing aquatic therapy previously to this, and I actually had to use either the crutches or the walker in the water to balance. After this treatment, the 4th time, I was able to actually walk in the water without using my walker at all, or any assistance. So, huge difference.
You know, when you first started, I was thinking, okay, this is going to be right up her alley. It's going to help her in so many ways. But honestly, I was thinking it was going to take 15 or maybe even the whole 20 treatments of the program before I'd see little changes. Well, we saw changes, tremendous changes, right out of the gate after the very first treatment. And after the third treatment, to be able to get in the water and to do things she hasn't been able to do has been tremendous. We also noted that you started to have increased proprioception.
Yes.
You could actually feel where your feet were on the ground.
I knew if I was stubbing a toe, if I caught myself and I was about to fall, I would catch myself, and I knew that my foot wasn't in the right spot, which was a huge difference when you can't tell. So
she could also feel texture of the floor. If it was rough or smooth, or if there was something under her foot, where she could actually perceive that for the first time as well. So this just keeps getting better and better. So we move along. We got into about 15 treatments, and then all of a sudden we realized that you have actually gained muscle mass.
Yes. I have gained 15 pounds of muscle mass since I started using NeuroCore. I suffered from atrophy for years from my accident. I could not exceed a size 00 or 0 for years, and now I'm finally at my weight before I was hurt, and I'm a size 4, so I'm doing a lot better.
That is so awesome, and I've noticed that. I've noticed your jeans feel like they're getting more full, and I noticed just you being able to move around, those muscles are getting stronger, and that's tremendous. That is tremendous. I've been promising this girl for 3.5 years that someday I was going to have her doing jumping jacks. And now that this muscle mass is getting stronger, I think we may actually achieve that goal. Also, at the same time you realized you're gaining weight muscle-wise, you started having dreams. Tell me about that.
Yes, I didn't dream at all after I was hurt. Now, before I was hurt, I had vivid dreams all of the time, deja vu, just very vivid dreams. But like I said, I stopped having dreams after I was hurt. Well, after about the 15th treatment on NeuroCore, I started having extremely vivid dreams of myself doing things that I hadn't done for years, running, jumping, swimming, doing everything that I couldn't be able to do for so long. So
that's awesome. I know we touched on a little sensitive spot there because, I mean, so much change in such a short period of time. Her brain's believing she's getting better. She's physically getting better. If you can dream it and you can visualize it, it's going to happen. Now we've introduced these last few sessions, some of the guided imagery stuff that helps walk you through some of that alpha theta stuff, and that's been very exciting as well. But we're going to end with her very last testimony, the last thing that really excites us both very much, and it's a little emotional, so I saved this for the end, but she's got some pretty exciting news that her doctor just told her this last week.
I was told that when I was first hurt that there was no way that I could ever have a child or even think about delivering a child. And I've been told that I can have children, and more than likely I would not have to have a C-section.
That is great. That is so awesome. Congratulations.
A miracle.
That. And her husband's going to be really happy because just this last year she recently got married. So her life is finally coming back together. This girl, when I first met her, had that same spirit, that same eye of the tiger that I had when I was paralyzed and I went through my accident. And I've had a lot of patients that have had similar spinal cord injuries and so forth. And most of them have pity parties for themselves all the time and think, poor me, and I'm never going to get better. And they just choose to be depressed all their life. And I was not like that. They told me I wouldn't walk again. I had to prove them wrong. And the very first day I met Jessica, she looked at me in the eyes and she had that exact same spirit. She was a fighter. She was not going to quit. She was not going to believe them, despite the long time it took to have such little results. This NeuroCore has been an absolute godsend to her, and it has inspired me to realize that we are on the brink of something amazing, something far bigger than I can even fathom at this point. And I knew that we were going to see some great things that I've never even seen chiropractically with this company and with these protocols, but I had never imagined how fast it could dramatically change the world in which they live in. Thank you so much for sharing all that with us, and we wish you the best, and I hope we can do jumping jacks.
Thank you. I'm just grateful for NeuroCore. So.
Thank you.